Alright guys, welcome back for our second video. This one's on posture. So if you didn't watch the first one, you should watch it because it's going to help you understand what we're going over today. So, The Matrix, you're all living in it. If you haven't seen The Matrix, maybe you should go see the movie. If you haven't seen The Matrix, I don't even know where to begin. How about that? Alright, so I was told I was a little boring last time. So I had some coffee. Cheers. Hopefully that'll make me a little more lively. Keep you entertained. This is boring stuff, but this is so important for you to pay attention to. I hope you understand what I'm giving you. I'm giving you the keys to the kingdom. I'm giving you the ways to avoid seeing me. I am hurting my business for you. For you people who come in weekly or multiple times during the week. These videos, if you follow them, will be able to push you past a month. Sometimes even longer. Yes, we live in a first world country. There's a lot of things that can mess us up, like sitting, driving in cars, things we have to do, but we can balance that out by doing this stuff that we're going to learn here. There's no reason you should be in chronic pain with up and down plateaus of being in and out of pain all the time and being imbalanced in your musculature. So this is the way. Arthritis comes not from old age, but from joint instability. So as we learned in the last video, joint instability comes from two things. One, that's weak muscles, so just being imbalanced over time. And then injuries. So we have macro and we have micro trauma. But having balanced musculature helps prevent injuries. So what is macro and what is micro? Macro versus micro. So we got the gamer here working on it. Actually, it looks like he's working on a paper. He's not gaming. Sorry, sir. You know, but he's working hard, but look at his posture. It's horrible. His neck is doing the same thing over here as the macro trauma. So micro's over time. He does this for a couple months. His neck's going to start to look like that. He's going to get the hump in the back of his head here. Forward head translation. Weakness in the neck flexors. Weakness in the rhomboids. He's all slumped forward in his chair. Abs are weak. Glutes are weak. Same thing over here, except it's happening fast. It's a big injury. High speed whiplash, hit from behind, slammed into somebody from the front. Either way. Hurting your ligaments, hurting your muscles, creating an S-shaped spine, reversed curve in the cervical spine, creating forward head translation, creating the hump pattern. But if you have strong neck flexors, strong rhomboids, strong core, this isn't going to hurt you as much as we talked about in the last video. So what are the weak muscles? We went over them last time, so we're going to go over them again. But what we see is actually a lot of different patterns here, right? But they're actually all the same weak muscles. It's just varying degrees of that. Sometimes you're more weak in a certain area than others. But usually we see the same muscles every time. It's less complicated than you think. All postures are various patterns of the same major issues. What we talked about last time, upper cross and lower cross syndromes. And we got the picture down there showing you. Remember, the inhibited muscles are the weak ones. Like I said before, it might be areas that are just more imbalanced than others. So you could have tight hamstrings, tight paraspinals in the back, and then up top you could have more of a normal pattern, and you'd probably look more like a military posture and then more of the normal forward hand translation posture, the hollow back posture. Hollow back, girl. You know what I'm talking about. All right, and then I talk about this stuff to most people, and immediately this is the thing I get. All right, I'll lose the weight. No. What? That's not what I was talking about. It's not about your weight. I have plenty of skinny people who look exactly like this girl over here. That lumbar curve is just slumped in so far. I can't even get them to stand up straight. You know, I could put them on the rack and try to like straighten them out, and I don't think it would even happen. So increased risk of injury, just what I was talking about. Tendinitis, the muscles are in pattern. So you got the tight muscles and the weak muscles. The tight muscles just get tighter. The weaker a muscle gets, the more stretched out it gets, leading to tendinitis. Forward head translation, leading to your headaches because the muscles, the levator scapula is so tight, the upper traps is so tight, pulling on your head all the time, constant tension because you're weak, your neck flexors are so weak. Degeneration of the, this leads to arthritis, people. Posture leads to arthritis. Degeneration of joints. You get fatigued because you got the spinal muscles just trying to hold the curves in place so that it doesn't compress the nerves. That's your lifeline there. The nerve, your spinal cord, is what it's all about. If that gets compressed, your organs fail. So those muscles are holding on for dear life. That's where all your energy goes, your ATP, just right to those muscles trying to keep you together. That's why you're tired all day. If you correct your posture, if you do these exercises, you feel so much better. And that's one of the reasons, is because the muscles are balanced, so they have to do a lot less work. And what happens when those muscles give out? You get your disc herniations, you get the nerve pain, either down your arms or your legs, depending on what the disc herniation is. You get, compressed discs. And it's not just pressure over time leads to degeneration. You could have something more quick. But these things just don't happen. They take a long time. People are like, oh, I was fine yesterday, and now I got sciatica down my right leg. What happened, Nate? I don't know what I did. It's what you didn't do. And nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to see angry Nate. But I'm angry because you guys are killing yourselves. Do you understand that? I don't want to be this guy annoying you all the time about your posture. So take responsibility. Fix the issues here. All right, we already went over micro and macro trauma. So let's go over the weak muscles again here. And this is just a simple example. There's more muscles than this, but if I can get you guys to remember these four, we're good. So remember frag. Fragmentation grenade is, type of grenade, but I'm using the acronyms just so you can remember frag grenade. You can come up with something fancy like grenade your lifestyle, or I don't know, explode into new fitness, whatever you want. You come up with something. You can get a little wristband if you want, like live strong, but you could have frag grenade on it. So we got the flexors of the neck. That's the F. We got the rhomboids. They pair in serratus anterior with that, but we don't want to confuse it more. Serratus anterior attaches to the ribs. Helps. It's one of the back muscles. It's more on your side than the rhomboids are. We got the abdominals in the front and the gluteal muscles in your butt. So these are all important. We're going to go over these in a video showing you what they are and what they do. So it's about conscious contraction of the core muscles. So it will not only protect your spine, but it'll help rehab your body when you contract these. So it's not about positioning your body like we talked about last time. It's about contracting these muscles and using them. When you use them, you strengthen them. And then, this is what I see a lot. Like stand up straight, and they do what this girl's doing over here. Lean back, really arching their spine, looking at the ceiling. I'm like, what are you doing? and to a point, we're all kind of like this. Sometimes I'll look at myself and I'm like, that's not right. I think you're straight, but you're not. So if you learn the muscles and you contract them, you're actually in the right posture. And we'll show that soon. So we can show, this girl's not quite right either, but I like the picture. So I added some stuff in here where she should be tightening those neck flexors a little bit. Bring her head back so her ear's a little bit more in front of her shoulder than it should be. But she's not tilting it back, which is bad. Because when you tilt it back, you're just tightening up the upper traps and levator scap, which are already tight. And you're just stretching the neck flexors even more. Pulling on your occiput, there's your headache zone. Those are always super tight on people in it. Sometimes it's tighter over one side than the other. When you're leaning back, it also hyperextends the spine. So be very careful about how you're leaning. Because if you're throwing everything back, it might make your shoulders feel better, but then you're jamming up your low back when you're doing that stuff. So here you can see she's really contracting the abs, and the curve looks a lot better in the low back. So I grabbed my mother to torture her a little bit. So we could see on the left-hand side, I'm like, I said, Mother, contract your core muscles. And she's like, my heart? So you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but we're trying with them. So I didn't even touch her. I just explained what I just explained to you. What are the core muscles? And I told her to tighten them all individually, and then we get the picture on the right. Much better, right? So all she needed to do was not position herself, but contract the weak muscles. It straightens your spine. I'm preaching the gospel here, people. This is what's going to save your back. If you're not listening to me, I don't even know why you're coming in the office. You might as well go get back surgery or something. These core muscles are important because they support the curves in your spine that need to be supported. They're very delicate. Okay. So we got a video for you. Let me get out of here for a second. Hopefully this is loud enough. So it's just me going over some exercises.
Good? Yep. Alright guys, we're going to go over some posture exercises today. So first we got to go over correct posture. So let's go over our frag muscles. Remember that we got the neck flexors. So what do? They bring that neck in there and they're pulling on the levator scapula. So when you're doing this right, you might feel your shoulders tugging a little bit. So those are the neck flexors. Then we got to do the rhomboids, which are the back. So you can roll your shoulders back to what I call the Messiah pose. So they're squeezing right there. And then hold those in, tighten the glutes and the butt muscles, sorry, abs and the glutes, the butt muscles. So you should look like that when you do these posture exercises. So the first one we're going to go over is the wall angel. So all you need for this one is a wall. So make sure you get the back here. You want your feet about 2 inches from the wall. And you'll see there's a little space there in your low back, in the lumbar area. So flatten that by tightening the glutes or the abs. So that'll flatten the lumbar spine against the wall. And it'll also tighten your glutes up a little bit too. And then you tuck the chin, tighten those neck flexors. Your head should be back against the wall too. Your butt and your abs flat. This is where it gets hard. Bring your arms up here. Notice your head wants to pull away and your low back wants to pull away. So fight to get the hands on the wall. If it's not hard, you're not doing it right. And then you're just going to go up and down just a little bit. Not fast, you're not trying to do 900 reps in 2 seconds. Nice and slow. You're going to feel a lot of different things working. And it's okay if you can't get that low back all the way flat. It's not going to happen right away. It may not happen ever. It's just that you're trying to get there. It's more important to have the low back flat and the head against the wall than having your hands there. So if you can only be here doing it, that's fine. You're still activating everything you need to.
Careful about leaning your head back too much like I'm doing there. Try to keep that chin tucked. I was distracted.
That's the wall angel. Remember all steps there. Next we go over the squats. I'll move over here. This is actually the stretch version of the squat. We'll get the exercise later, so it's body weight. Think about all the muscles we just talked about before. You're going down nice. And this one you're going to kind of stay at the bottom.
Yeah, keep your feet flat. Go as deep as you want.
Make sure your glutes are tight, your abs are tight. Hold it there for a few seconds. Go back up, nice and slow. You can do it with your arms out if you want. Remember, we're not going for numbers here. Nice and slow. Quality over quantity. Make sure you're pushing through your heels.
Yeah, so you're not going for numbers.
Toes, or leaning back too much. Get one from the side.
You could do a squat, hang down there for a good 15 seconds because you're really stretching your hamstrings. Try to get lower than I was and try to stay longer than I did.
That's good. Next thing we need the weights for. And even though they're weights, this is actually a posture exercise. We're not building much muscle here. So we're getting our Messiah pose. Palms forward.
For a person my size, I should be using about 15 or 20 pounds, not tens.
Just swinging the dumbbells. These are 10-pounders, nothing heavy.
So I'm about 185.
Shoulders downwards. Try to have a little bend in the knee.
If you're below like 150, maybe use 10 pounds. All depends on your body type and what feels comfortable.
Your rhomboids and your triceps mostly. It's also working your core because you're stabilizing it when you're doing it. Alright guys, we're not going crazy. We're not trying to lift it up too high. And we're not trying to go back too much. I try to go back a little bit more than I go forward. But overall, this is to actually stretch that levator scapular muscle. Remember, we're tight here. It's working that way. You're not swinging your body. You're swinging your shoulders. And it's going to stretch these right here, too. And that's it.
So just remember that during all those, you're contracting all the frag muscles. All right, let's get back to the PowerPoint. There's a few other exercises that I should have mentioned that are also good. So here's a more attractive model than that last guy. The tree pose. A lot of good notes on this slide. You know, where she's got her foot placement is important. You don't want it on the knee. You want it either above, and if you can't get there, put it below the knee, but don't put it right on the knee. That really stretches some of the abductors, the adductors, sorry, the ADD in the inside of the thigh. And that's what brings the leg across. Those are sometimes tight on people. So you want to switch this. You don't always want to be in the one position. So you do it for a few minutes, as long as you can. This really works your balance too, and I'm big on balance because a lot of people have trouble with balance. You should be able to stand without shaking on your foot for a good 30 seconds. Try to build that up. Some people can't even stand on their foot for a whole second. That's what your cerebellum is for. Your cerebellum is very important. It's your balance center. It's your proprioception center. It's what you feel. It's how your joint, all your joints in all their positions talk to your brain through the cerebellum. So if there's disconnection there, your balance is going to be way off. So you got to. It's like a guitar player gets better at playing guitar over time. It's muscle memory. Same with posture. Your nerves just get better and faster at firing. Because it's actually when you're standing there, your actually muscles are working at like rapid speeds. You can feel them if you concentrate on it. Left, right, back, front. They're just firing, trying to balance your body out. And eventually, it really strengthens them. That really strengthens them. Stay. I like to keep a little bit of an arch in my foot when I do this. So I'm almost driving through the toes, keeping your weight centered over your foot, like she said, the four corners of the foot. So you're not all on the heel, you're not all on the toes. You're right over that arch. Remember, activate the core, activate your muscles. You can bring your arms back. You can bring your arms into the air. A lot of people do tree pose differently. You can put your hands above your head. Whatever. You just work up to it. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Some of you will get this right away. Some of you will. This will be your biggest obstacle is balance. Lunges are also important. Lunges really work your core. And when you're doing these, again, same as the tree pose, you want to hang out in that position for a while. Same as the squat. It's not like what I showed you. You really want to stay there and you want to get deeper than I did. I get talking and I get distracted. So this guy is hanging here. In yoga, this is called Warrior One, I believe. So you can bring your arms up like that. When you bring up, usually I'll tell patients to bring up the same arm that the leg is back. So if it's the right leg back, he's bringing up his right arm and he's kind of leaning a little bit to the left, and that'll stretch through the hip flexor here. But really it's strengthening your core while doing a stretch. So his quad on the left is getting a lot of work. And he's getting some good stretching in the hamstring here as well. But you do want a slight bend in the knee. And if you can't get as wide as this guy, I understand, but stay on your toe. Make sure the toe is facing relatively forward. You can have it off to the side a little bit, but don't be corkscrewing the whole leg. All right. And that's it. There we go. We got a girl doing the Messiah pose there. Much better looking than me. You know, she's activating those neck flexors. Look at her. She's got the chin right where I like it. Ear, shoulder, hips. Ab contraction, glute contraction. She's got the palms forward. And you can really see how the curve is supposed to be in the spine. You can just put that right on top of her. It matches up nice. So every muscle is pulling equally. So should you subscribe or like? I guess you should, because it reminds you when I put a video on there. It should send you an email or something like that. And if you want to go on Facebook, I'll be posting these. So if you like the page, then it is easier to find them. I'm not doing this for money. I just want to help you guys out. Our next video will be most likely on exercise. I'm kind of winging it, so we'll see. We'll see. And no promises on when that will be, but I'm trying to do at least a video once a week. And spine's important. Every cell, organ, and tissue is controlled by your nervous system. Since your spine protects it, it wouldn't be a good idea to get it aligned. Yes, get your spine checked. None of this works unless your spine is in line. Alright? So it is important to see a chiropractor first. I don't like saying that, because I want to be like giving you the answer besides chiropractic, but you need to get your spine working right so you can do this stuff. I give you the function, you got to use the function. If you're already in shape and you're good, you can try it, but usually I find problems with everybody. It's what I do. I haven't met the perfect spine yet, but I'll keep looking. Thanks, guys. Take it easy. I'm sorry for being harsh, but I love you. Love you guys. Take it easy.